Hi folks, it's Siimon Reynolds here, and we're on video 2 of ways to build your business fast. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, I urge you to go back and see it. It's in your email box and it's a cracker. I'll tell you what we talked about. We talked about, first of all, the power of a clear future vision. In all the times that we coach entrepreneurs and business leaders, we find the ones that are performing weakest are unclear about what their vision is in several ways. 3 years ahead, what's the vista? What's the company going to look like? 1 year ahead, okay, what do we have to get done by the end of the year? And then 90 days ahead. Let's put ourselves under pressure and let's deliver something in the next 90 days that's really going to make a difference to the growth of the business. Unless you have this kind of clarity, and I got to tell you, 95% of business owners do not have this type of clarity, then the way you work each day becomes far less effective. So what happens is you end up doing stuff that you wouldn't do if you were really clear on where you were going and what you wanted to achieve. So number one, we talked about clear future vision. Number two, we talked about the Ivy Lee method, an extraordinary method developed in the 1930s for getting so much done in each and every business day. Third, we talked about the power of time compression. And I gave the example of one of the world's greatest entrepreneurs, Ingvar Kamprad, multi-billionaire and the founder of IKEA. And I explained how he used time compression to create an extraordinary business empire. And then finally, we talked about the power of serious accountability. How do you make it so that you're accountable to someone? Because the truth is, as a business leader, often there's no one above you. And so there's no one that's forcing you to work hard, to really push yourself to get more done. So that's what we talked about on the first video. And for this second video, I'm going to give you another 4 immensely powerful techniques for building your business. And this is just some of what we coach when we're working with business owners and entrepreneurs and business leaders on how to grow their business fast. So here are 4 more really cool methods and some unusual ones for building your business. The first is what I call the confidence list. Now, when you think about it, confidence is the number 1 characteristic of all successful business owners. Why is confidence so important? Well, when you're really confident, a lot of stuff happens differently. First of all, you persist. When you really believe that you can build the company of your dreams, that it's worthwhile, that you will get there, well, you just keep persisting and persisting over all the obstacles. So confidence is the number 1 driver of persistence, and we know that persistence is critical for success. Second of all, when you're confident, you ask people for things. You ask for new business. You ask for joint ventures. You ask your staff to do stuff. You ask your clients to do stuff. And the power of asking directly stems from being highly confident. Next, of course, you sell better. Look, it doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer, whether you sell widgets, whether you own a shop. The truth is you've got to sell. You've either got to sell to your customers or potential customers, or you've got to sell to potential joint venture partners, or you've got to sell to the banks to get an expansion loan for your business. You sell a lot better when you're confident. So it's very important that you guard your confidence and build your confidence. And finally, of course, you're far more attractive to potential staff. If someone's a great person that you want to get into your company, it's the confident leader, the confident entrepreneur that the good people want to work with. So for all these reasons, the more you think about it, the more you can see that you've got to work on your confidence. You've got to make sure that your confidence as a business leader is very, very strong for all those reasons. Without that confidence, and it's been my experience that a lot of entrepreneurs are missing that confidence, or they once had that confidence and now it's dissipated a few years into the business. Without that confidence, the chances of you reaching the high levels of success in business and making the kind of money that you went into business to make, well, they're very, very small. So what I want to do is I want to talk about some of the ways that we develop confidence, and one in particular. We have a whole system for maintaining and training confidence inside business leaders, inside entrepreneurs. And I want to give you just one of our techniques because we really do think it's incredibly important, and that's the confidence list. So how confidence and belief works is this, and there's a lot of work at universities in the psychology department to show this. How confidence works is the more reasons that you feel you have to be confident, the more confident you are. So I'll say that again, the more reasons that you have to be confident, the more confident you are. Now, those reasons could be at the subconscious level. You just deep down believe you can do it. And if we examine that, we'd find reasons why. Or they could be very, very conscious reasons as well. So here's the trick. You've got to develop those reasons. And how you do that is with the confidence list. So what I want you to do when you've got a spare moment is write from 1 to 10. And then I want you to come up with all the reasons why your business will be a great success, or that you can earn a certain amount of money, the amount of money that you want to earn. Okay? Now when you do this, and it only takes 2 or 3 minutes to do, some interesting things happen. The first is that you'll be amazed how many reasons you come up with. You might have struggled at first to think that, will I get past 2 or 3? And what I want you to do is try and get 10. And you will come up with 10. And the other thing is, half of them will be reasons that are true, but you never really thought about. And at the end of reading this list, you go, you know what? This is true. I really can do this. And it fills you with confidence. But that's just the start. What you've got to do is you've got to habituate that thinking so that you're thinking like this every single day that you're at work. You do this via a very simple technique. You keep that list next to your desk or at home, in the shower or wherever, somewhere you're going to read it every day before you start work. And before you begin, you read the list of how and why you will be successful. Because of this reason, because of this reason, because of this reason. You've got this experience, you've got these connections, you've got this knowledge. You read that list every day, 30 days later, your confidence will be through the roof, and so will your performance. So that's technique 1, the confidence list. Technique 2 is what I call the expensive option. Now here's the amazing thing. You're selling stuff to clients at the moment, but one of the easiest ways that you can make vastly more money, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars more in your business, is by developing expensive options for each thing that you sell. So let me give you a formula, and this formula is enough by itself to make you exceedingly rich. And it's called the 25 formula. 20/5 formula. The 25 formula. And here's what it is. 20% of your clients will spend more if you just gave them a reason to spend more. If you gave them a more expensive option. And 5% of your clients will spend a lot more, vastly more than you're charging, if you give them a service, a different deal, a different opportunity, a higher end product, and and package it in a way that it's appealing. See, I'm one of those people. There's all kinds of people that just buy the most expensive option of everything, and I tend to do the same because I want the best. And normally it's not going to be that expensive for me. So what's $500, $300, $1,000, $50 extra? It doesn't matter. There's a lot of people like me. I'm part of the 5%, but there's a whole 20% as well who will buy the more expensive option. So here's the question you ask that makes so much money for you. You say, what else can I sell them that's a more luxurious version, a more extreme version, a more comprehensive version of what I'm already selling? Package it up, present it at the same time that you present your standard prices, and you're going to find that a lot of people buy it. And here's the cool thing. It's these expensive options that are almost always high margin straight onto the bottom line because you've got rid of your basic expenses. So these are super high margin items and they can absolutely transform a business. So when you start thinking about the expensive option, what you do is you see that it's used by smart marketers all over the world. So if you, for instance, go to the toothpaste section of the supermarket, what you're going to find is the same brand, let's say Colgate, is selling you a basic option, it's selling you a medium expensive option, and then it's selling you a super expensive toothpaste when you have a look at it. Or move to another aisle and you can go to the paper towel section or the tissue section, and you're going to find a really basic tissue, let's say for blowing your nose, then you'll find one with aloe vera, then you'll find one with double the padding. And so what they're doing is they're always offering you ones that have more expensive options. Same with paper towels. Or BMW, here's the basic model, here's the super luxurious model. Or cruise lines, here's one cabin inside with no porthole, and on the same ship there'll be people paying 5 times more for the same experience, just with a different cabin. I went on the Queen Mary from England to New York, and it was really interesting. They even had restaurants where you had to pay a lot more to eat at, and plenty of people were queuing in lines to get into these more expensive options. So make sure you look at the more expensive option and develop some offers that are appealing. Okay, you're getting value out of this. Can you see how easy it is when you've got work with people who really understand business, about how to grow business, how to market businesses, how easy it is to make much more money than you're currently making now? It's very, very simple. You just need to be taught the techniques and then institute them. Next technique is 3 to-do lists. 3 to-do lists. Now, average business people have no to-do lists. They're just working with whatever's urgent. They get in, people are emailing them, people are phoning them, their staff are saying this and that, and they just handle stuff. And this is a very ordinary way to perform. And sometimes highly intelligent people, by the way, highly intelligent business owners or business leaders are doing this, and yet they're not functioning with a viable daily to-do list. So what I want to do is take you a lot deeper, and I don't have time to go in depth about our systems for getting you to do much more in your day and reducing stress by getting much more done in a shorter time so that you can work many less hours a day. I don't have time for that, but I will tell you a very valuable technique, the 3 to-do list. So how it works is this. First of all, the first to-do list you have, and almost no one has this, is the everything list. And it's just a pad, and anything you have to do in your business life or in your personal life is you just write that down. Anytime you think of it, you put it on that list. It can be as messy as you like, as long as you can read it. So you do that. Now, why do you do this? Well, it's no longer in your head. So you now have a trusted place where all the stuff you have to do is on a pad of paper. Right? Very, very important, because once a week you can go and visit that and you can go, okay, here's everything I've got to do. Do I want to do that? No. Do I want to do that? Yes, I'm going to do that next week. So just merely having everything in your business and personal life that you've got to do is very stress reducing and very clarifying. And it just gives your brain a break, and your brain goes, you know what, it's okay. I've got it under control. It's all sitting there on that pad. Now, I may not be able to do it all now, but at least I know what it is. I'm not being bothered by it all the time, because here it is on a pad of paper. So that's a very important thing. Number one, the everything to-do list. Now, number two is the daily to-do list. Now, it's been my experience that probably about 50-60% of entrepreneurs have a daily to-do list. And it's a good thing to do. If you don't have a daily to-do list, you've got to resist the urge just to start work. And you've got to discipline yourself to sit, as I do, for instance, for 10 minutes and just work out that to-do list for the day. And so broadly speaking, you might do it with tasks or clients, or a section for staff, a section for personal, a section for family, etc. And you just put it all out. And about 50-60% of entrepreneurs do that. Now, here's the problem with that, and I know that you've experienced this problem. The problem is that you do the to-do list, and at the end of the day, you've got hardly any of it done. Correct? Happens all the time. And what do you feel? You feel down about that. You feel inefficient, your self-confidence goes down, and you just don't feel good about how you're performing. And of course, you don't get much done as well. So that's a big problem, but no one's really addressed it. Let me tell you a really powerful technique for you to use that will address this and will fix this problem. and almost no one does it. There's a third to-do list that you need. And that to-do list is your ordered to-do list. So what it is from 9 a.m. to 10 I do this. From 10 to 10:30 I do this. From 10:30 to 12 I do this. And when you do that, a couple of things happen. The first is you realize that half the stuff on that to-do list you're not going to get done. That's okay, but don't make it part of your daily to-do list. Put it on another list. So number one, you get clarity about what you can and can't achieve. And number two, which extends from that, you then say, you know what? If I can't do everything, I'm going to do these 4 things. And then you put them down. From 9 to 10, I'm doing that. From 10 to 12, I'm doing that. From 12 to 1, I'm doing that, etc. And you make sure that the important things are getting done. Then the final thing it does is it puts you on a bit of pressure. Instead of saying, oh, you know, I've got a whole day to get my work done, you go, no, I've only got half an hour to get it done, or 1 hour to get it done, or 1.5 hours to get it done, or 20 minutes to get it done. And you just follow your day segmentation, your ordered to-do list all the way through the day. Now, I'm telling you that will double your productivity, it will double how much you get done, and it has the potential to more than double how much money you make. Very, very simple, but almost no entrepreneurs do it on the whole planet. See, we believe that it's vital that you get really good at productivity. You don't have to be organized by nature. I'm not organized by nature. I've developed systems, and we teach people systems to get an incredible amount done in a very short amount of time, and start with the 3 to-do lists. And finally, for this video, our second video, activate old clients. Brilliant technique for making money fast. You want money in the next 2 weeks? You want to increase your income in the next 2 weeks? Activate old clients. You see, your old clients are the easiest sell in many ways because they've already dealt with you, they know you, many of them trust you. Now, some left because you, in their opinion, you did a bad job. But here's the important thing to remember. Many of them did not cease doing business with you because they actually dislike you. What happened was that they ran out of money, they didn't want to tell you, or they had an argument with their business partner, or they wanted to save money that month, or they moved offices, or a new boss came, or a new partner came that stopped them from employing you, etc., etc., etc. Yet, here they are, sitting in your past. You've got their telephone number or their email address or their address, and you can contact them, and you just say, hey, we miss you, come on back, and here's a discount for using our services, and here are the reasons why you should use our services again. I'm telling you, if you send those emails out, you send those letters out, and you follow them up with phone calls, you are going to get instant business, more income from old clients. Huge opportunity to just beef up your income, and you should do it all the way through the year. Staying in touch with these clients makes such a difference. I've seen countless studies, I've seen entrepreneurs in numerous industries build up their profits enormously just by getting disciplined about activating old clients instead of spending all their time trying to get new clients. So there's 4 new techniques to go with the 4 we gave you before on the previous video to really build your business. The first is the confidence list, which you read every day so that you're empowered to behave and perform in the manner in keeping with being excellent at business. Second of all, the expensive option. Wow, man, there's so much money for you potentially made here. I mean, you will be so delighted when you try it and it works. The third is the 3 to-do list. An incredibly powerful technique, very rare technique. You will find almost no one in the business world that uses that system that will have you outperforming all of your competitors and making a lot more money. And then finally, the power of activating old clients. There they are, ready. Just make a phone call, reconnect. How you been? Hey, we miss you. Why don't we do some work together? You interested in doing this? Here's something new we've got. Here's a discount because you're an old pal. Try it. Very, very powerful. So far we've given you 2 videos, 8 really, really powerful techniques. I hope you're using them. Your homework is a similar one to last time, which is pick one of these techniques and today institute it. Because if you just use these techniques, I have seen again and again and again, training thousands of business leaders and entrepreneurs like you, that we will increase your income, we will build your business, but all you've got to do is just do some of the techniques we give you. So grab one of these techniques and make sure today you put it into action and watch what happens to your business. Meanwhile, keep an eye out for your next video. It's coming up in the next day or two, and it's going to show you yet another 4 ways you can build a highly profitable business in a very short period of time. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Keep an eye out in your inbox for the next one. Bye for now.